Hello everyone, June here from Buzzlingual, and in today's video, I'm going to go over a very effective language strategy for raising bilingual children. And this strategy is called NERCH. That's right, say it with me. NERCH. 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 Now this word sounds a lot like the English word nurture, which means to feed or to help someone develop. And that is essentially what we are trying to achieve through NERCH. Now this strategy was developed by Anna Paula G. Mumi, who is a speech-language pathologist. And she wanted to create a strategy to help support children with language impairments, or late talkers, or those who are trying to learn more than one language. NERCH is an acronym, and it stands for narration, expansion, recasts, and choices. Now, NERCH is something that we have been trying to implement in our household ever since my first child was born, and we will continue to apply these strategies moving forward. In order for a child to become a good English speaker here in Japan, they will need lots of input. And there's no better input than hearing their parents speak English. And so NERCH is going to help ensure adequate exposure in English inside your home. So let's break down each of these 4 strategies, starting with narration. Now, narration is where you do a live play-by-play of the things that are going on around you or your children. You are essentially talking through things that you are doing or things that you are experiencing at a particular time. And the goal here is to model ample vocabulary and show correct language use. So, for example, imagine you are folding the laundry, or you are washing the dishes, or you're just cleaning up around the house. How much talking are you actually doing? Now, imagine that you are narrating and commentating on all of the little things that you are doing. Look, I am washing the dishes using this soap. Look, I am folding Daddy's underwear. Look, I'm getting the vacuum cleaner and I'm vacuuming the floor. So you took what is essentially a silent activity and now you're able to create spoken language. And your child will be listening to that. You can also model a variety of different languages. Let's say you are eating something with your child, and of course there are many vocabulary words that you can use in this instance. For example, you can say, "It's good," or "It's yummy," "It's delicious," "It's sweet," "It's sour," "It's yucky." Narration is also a great opportunity for you to show correct language use. Now, Japanese uses SOV, subject, object, verb. So, let's say you're watching TV with your child and you see a monkey. And you can say, "Ah, saru ga banana o tabete iru." But in English, we don't use that word order. We say, "The monkey is eating a banana." Subject, verb, object. And so by narrating what you see with your child, you will be teaching them correct language word order. Through narration, you can also show correct grammar. For example, you can help the child realize that he is associated with boys, she is associated with girls. You can also show correct verb usage, like, "I like apples," "Mina likes oranges." We can also show correct prepositional phrases, like "before bedtime," "under the table," or "out of breath." Now, we have many Japanese parents concerned, am I not using correct English? What if I teach incorrect grammar to my children? And that shouldn't be a concern. you want to emphasize the ample amount of vocabulary, and so that's why I always encourage narration even if you're not 100% confident with your English grammar. However, here are some quick tips. When I'm narrating, I find myself using the present progressive form a lot. Now, present progressive is where you use ing to talk about continuous action. So, I'm folding daddy's underwear. Oh, you're using an orange crayon. I'm looking for some apples. And so, as you notice yourself doing these types of actions, just narrate and use ing because you are currently in the process of doing those actions. Also, focus a lot on the 5 senses: look, sound, smell, taste, and feel. Wow, look at that elephant. It looks so big. Yummy cookies. Do you smell that? It smells so delicious. I love this song. It sounds so nice. Come and touch this blanket. It feels so soft. I like this cookie. It tastes so yummy. So just like that, try to make every daily activity full of English verbal output. Whether you are drawing with your child, you're dressing them up for school, you're cooking, you're cleaning, you're bathing, you're getting ready for bedtime, you're outside and shopping, whatever it is you're doing, try to narrate. The next part of NERCh is the E, which stands for expansion. And so this is where you take something that your child says and you try to expand on it. And the goal here is to model appropriate vocabulary, correct sentences, and complete sentences. So, let's say your child says, "Mommy, milk." You as a parent can say, "Oh, would you like some milk?" "Sure, Mommy will get you some milk." You love milk, don't you? And so you took those 2 words, "mommy, milk," and you were able to expand on it using full sentences and lots of different ways to express the same idea. Likewise, your child says, "Train." You can say, "Oh wow, you can see the train? Oh, here it comes. Wow, look how fast that train is going. It's a blue train." So once again, I took that one word train and I was able to add in so many new vocabulary words. By expanding, you're going to be expanding their vocabulary knowledge and helping them form complete sentences. Next up, we have the R, which stands for recasts. Recast is where you take something that the child says incorrectly and say it back to them in a correct way. Back when I used to teach, this was one of the error correction techniques that I would use often. It is a great way to help the speaker realize their own mistakes, so I can do error correction in a very discreet, indirect way. Saying to someone, "No, that's wrong," can be extremely discouraging. But by doing recasts, you can help that speaker realize, "Oh, what I just said wasn't incorrect. That's how I should be saying it correctly." And this is equally as effective when you are trying this with young children. When a child says something that's partially correct but not 100% correct, you should be recasting back the correct way. So for example, my daughter currently has trouble deciphering the difference between doesn't and don't. So my daughter might say, "My friend doesn't have a pet. We doesn't have a pet either." If my daughter says that, I'm not going to make a big deal out of it. I'll just recast back the correct way to say it. "Oh, that's right. Yeah, we don't have any pets. Sorry." if you repeat this recasting process often enough, your child is going to start to understand the correct grammar usage. Tenses and irregular verbs can also cause a lot of mistakes. For example, I eated udon today. You can respond, "Oh, you ate udon today? Was it good?" And trying to raise English speakers here in Japan, recast is a very effective way to help fill in the gaps in English vocabulary knowledge. My daughter would say, "Oh, I cut this with hasami." And I would just respond, "Oh, you use scissors?" Or my son might say, "Cat, shiro." You can recast, "Oh yes, there's a white cat over there." So, you'll definitely want to be on the lookout for any opportunities where you can recast correct language usage or English vocabulary. And lastly, we have the CH, which stands for choices. Now, in our daily interactions, we may be unknowingly pressuring our children to answer lots of different questions. Even a simple question like, "How was your day?" requires your child to use unfamiliar vocabulary words and use complex sentence structures. And this added pressure could just lead your child to answer "fine" or "I don't know," because that is the easiest way to respond. But what if instead you ask this question? Which did you like better? Playtime or lunchtime? That is a much easier question to deal with, and hopefully it would lead to some more interesting interactions. The goal of choices is to help reduce the pressure in coming up with a correct response. I try to use this as often as I can, especially with my younger child. I would ask questions like, "Oh, which socks do you want to wear today?" Or "Which juice flavor do you want?" Instead of asking, "What do you want to eat?" Do you want spaghetti or curry? So, think about your interactions that you're having and ask yourself, can this WH open-ended question be changed to something that's a little bit easier for my child? If you're stuck worrying about your child's speaking output, or if you're trying to balance English and Japanese interactions, why not make NERCh a part of your household language strategy? Try to keep your interactions natural. Don't force it. And with enough practice, these NERCh strategies will become a natural part of your interaction style. Let's continue to nurture our children and help them become good English speakers. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this content, please be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye!